Hey folks, whether you like it or not, I'm sticking true to my word, and we are doing the third installment of the Dirty Harry franchise. And I'm getting out my book for reference. 1976, The Enforcer. So in this particular film, we see the Dirty Harry character begrudgingly getting a female partner named Kate Moore, played by Tin Daly? I guess. I don't know. It's the directorial debut of James Fargo, who was a friend of Eastwood and had worked as assistant director on other films that they had worked on together. Eastwood had intended to direct this installment himself. Originally, it had a production title of Dirty Harry 3, but Eastwood would instill the name The Enforcer to the picture. It had a $9 million budget and it grossed $46.2 million at the box office. It is considered the most comical of the Dirty Harry films and the most in-depth character development between him and his partner, which the Dirty Harry character is kind of on the fence about having a female partner in the 70s. Not as common, but the city was going for a different vibe, much like San Francisco is very progressive today. They were trying to be more progressive back then. It grossed $46.2 million at the box office, and the original screenplay was written by two San Francisco area film students, Gail Morgan Hickman and S.W. Schur. They went to Carmel, to Clint Eastwood's restaurant that he owned there, and got the script into the hands of his people, and they ended up passing it on to Eastwood. He liked the premise. It was kind of loosely based on the Patty Hearst and the Liberation Army and this terrorist organization that kidnapped people for money. That had happened in 1974, and this movie came out 2 years later. I feel like this movie's just kind of another money grab going after the franchise thing. Not a great movie, in my opinion. It did kind of have more character development, like I mentioned, but it just kind of feels like, I don't know, it's just not the best movie I've ever seen, and I really don't have a lot to say about it, so we're just going to kind of get right into the reviews. Just kind of like the last film, 2 out of 5. The color of the film in the widescreen format's great. I really love the San Francisco setting, but it's still kind of getting tired. After 3 movies, Eastwood didn't even want to do another one, but the studio had him do 2 more later on in the 80s. Rotten Tomatoes, 69%. IMDb, 6.7 out of 10. So overall, not the best with critics. I think they'd probably be in the 3 range, maybe the high 2% range. But it's just a middle-of-the-road film for me. 13 is the body count in this film, with 1 person shot in the groin, as described in my little Dirty Harry book here. Again, he's the tough guy. A lot of people didn't like the fact that he was kind of having a somewhat of a love interest with his female partner that he was placed with. It ends up on Alcatraz. The movie ends at Alcatraz, which it's interesting because there's another Clint Eastwood movie, Escape from Alcatraz. The People's Revolutionary Strike Force is the protagonist in this movie. Great quote from the movie. "Run, you jive-ass bastard." I don't know what else to say. Oh, you see him ditching his classic Ray-Bans and going for different sunglasses in this role. I don't know why that really bothered me. But I guess times change. Okay, so that's it. Next movie that we'll review at some point, not giving you any continuity as to when this will be reviewed. Part 4, Sudden Impact, 1983. That'll be up and coming, so stay tuned if you want to follow along with the Dirty Harry theme. Until next time, we'll see you then. Not even 5 minutes worth of talking on this movie. That's how little I was interested in it. I was scrolling on the old cell phone pretty much the whole movie. We'll see you later, folks. Thanks for coming along.